What's up? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads, and check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel. Thank you. So here I have an image from the direct.com, and they have upcoming live action movies and shows. Phase 4, that has been dubbed Phase 4, and then Phase 5, I think we're going to call it Phase Deprived of Money, because that's what's exactly going to happen to the MCU. You've had an absolute stinker on the hands of Marvel there with Thor Love and Thunder. They turned away fans, turned away people that had any interest in the character with some of the commentary that was happening between the director and some of the people involved within that movie. You had another stinker as well too in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and it seems now that because of the prices of tickets going up in the cinema, people are being a little bit more choosy about what they're going to see, and you're seeing these movies that Marvel probably thought were going to hit $1 billion easily for them because they are top tier characters in Doctor Strange and Thor not reach that. I think you're going to see panic now at Marvel. I think that's why you've seen some movies be moved into Phase 5 and an abrupt end to Phase 4. Everybody knew, even myself indeed, when I did a video on Phase 4 saying this doesn't look great. Now I'm looking at Phase 5 and I have the exact same feeling, if not a worse feeling, about Phase 5. A lot of the movies and TV shows that are in here look terrible. And that's only in name only at this moment in time. I was one of the people that was saying, yeah, Moon Knight could be decent. And then I seen how Moon Knight turned out and it's like, whoa. Even a character that is easy to do is becoming an absolute travesty under this current management. Now you've got Phase 4 that's being ended with She-Hulk Attorney at Law, which looks awful, and it includes Mark Ruffalo as if it was some sort of cell. He is the worst Hulk I think there's ever been. Ed Norton is a far superior Hulk and Bruce Banner. Now they're trying to shove Daredevil into this TV series, with SDCC putting out a trailer that included Daredevil at the end of it. We've already seen Matt Murdock in No Way Home, and now we are going to get our first introduction to the character, or I should say reintroduction to the character in She-Hulk. What a letdown. But this is what Kevin Feige has been talking about when he's talking about cross-selling now. He was talking about maybe it won't be a big event anymore for characters to intertwine and connect and pop up, as if that's not something that has happened before in the MCU, which it had. Now he's talking about maybe we'll cross-pollinate across these different series and movies. He's going to have to, because this is exactly the same play. Comic book readers that are out there will understand this. This is the exact same play that some of these titles have made when they were absolutely floundering. They would have some absolutely awful character, a newly designed or newly created, just travesty of a character, and then say, oh guys, well, Spider-Man's going to be in it, Iron Man's going to be in it, and DC do it too. They're like, oh, Batman's going to be in it, to try and gather sales. But what's happening is now people are waking up and they're saying to themselves, hang on, the quality of these movies and TV series aren't there. And I don't care who you put into it, I'm not going to it. So She-Hulk is in trouble. They're probably lucky enough that they have this on a streaming service that they hide the data and the numbers for. So they're lucky there. Wakanda Forever, I think is going to get a lot of people to that movie purely on the basis of, I think, emotion, which is something that the trailer definitely appealed to people with. It appealed to people's emotions. I like the fact personally myself that it seems like a eulogy for the man himself, Chadwick Boseman, and I think what will happen eventually in the next couple of movies or TV series, maybe even indeed in Phase 5, is they will reintroduce T'Challa. Maybe it'll be a different version of him or a variant of him, something like that. I think we'll get a different version. I do personally feel that this was a good road to go down, and I think with the road they're going down, with who they're selecting as the next Black Panther, definitely has my support, but it also works in with the MCU in a way, so don't mistake that they haven't taken the chance to do that either. Now we move into Phase 5. Phase 5 is that bad that they actually had to give a sneak peek at Phase 6. That's how bad this is. This is like them coming out and going, look, we know that this isn't a strong team that we're putting out, but here's the team we're putting out in Phase 6. Why not substitute some of them for some of this? That's what I'd do. There was even an interview that was done where someone was saying, hey, we're going to have to wait till Phase 10 to see the X-Men. And Kevin Feige's like, well, I wouldn't like to wait that long. I'd be whacking out the X-Men product now. I wouldn't be waiting. this doesn't have that much long left in it if they continue like this. Ant-Man and the Wasp and Quantumania, first movie was okay, second movie was terrible. Do you think I want to go and see a third one? No chance. Now they have to introduce Kang in this movie and explain that then to people as to how a time-travelling black man doesn't go down and help people in the past that look like him, because they race changed the character of Kang. They tokenized the character of Kang, and now they're going to create more problems than they can solve now. So I'm looking forward to that being a big problem for Marvel in the next year. That's going to be hilarious to see people dissect it and come at it that way. Because don't think that they're not going to do that. There's already commentary surrounding Wakanda Forever, and that Michael B. Jordan might be returning as Eric Killmonger in the ancestral plane to help out. There are people out there that say that they are fans of Marvel that want Killmonger to be the MCU Black Panther. Now think about that for a second. That is a bad guy, an out and out bad guy, supreme if you will, an actualist if you will. There's people out there clamouring for it, and these would be the same people, by the way, that would say, how come you don't like Sam Wilson as Captain America? Well, my retort is this: what about Bucky Barnes as the next Black Panther? Oh my god, you can't do that. Well, you keep telling us it's okay. You did it with Thor. You said, oh, that's just a mantle, and you gave it there to Jane Foster. So why not T'Challa? And you have the likes of that being handed over then to Bucky Barnes as Black Panther. It's a mantle, it's a king, it's different. Listen, it's all fiction. Anyway, Secret Invasion, hard pass on that one as well too. They had Kobe Smulders out there to promote that one, so her and Sam Jackson, yeah, no thanks to that one either. So that's 2 now that they're down. That's 3 if you want to count She-Hulk. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, you already know what I think of the director of that movie, so that's going to be a hard pass. I like Chris Pratt, but the director, no chance. I don't want to be giving him any money whatsoever. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, just search up the director's name and search up his tweets and have a look at those, and you'll understand why I don't want to give that man any money or any business. Echo, who wants this? Now, I think what they will do with this is they will shove Daredevil into this. They will shove probably even Kingpin into this to try and get it off the ground and get interest there, because this was a character that popped up in Hawkeye, made no impression, and they're like, oh, she's getting a TV series. Why? Why not put in like an X-Men or something like that TV series in here instead? Like, you could even start off with a Wolverine TV series. It'll get all the money, it'll get all the attention, people will subscribe to that. But now you want to go with this Z-list character. It's baffling. Loki season 2, 4th season was terrible. I'll be quite honest with you, and when I say this, I don't really like the character of Loki anymore. I liked him in the first Thor movie. I thought the first Thor movie was excellent. Now, that's just my opinion. I liked it. I liked the regalness of it. I liked the fact that these characters were not buffoons. And I liked the Shakespearean elements that was brought to those movies, and in particular that first movie by Kenneth Branagh. So now you're seeing a buffoon of a character that is introducing all sorts of weird things, like a female Loki that's a better Loki than he is. And to be very honest, I was happy to see this character come to an end in Endgame, and then they brought him back again. I was like, oh, why? The Marvels, here's the thing. YouTubers are going to be delighted about this movie, because they're going to be the first ones in line to pay into the theatre so they can review this movie, so they can say what they think about this movie. Everybody knows that this has a very, very negative fan reaction in waiting because of the way that particularly Brie Larson acts, and not only that then, but some of the stuff that has been said surrounding the Kamala Khan show, which they won't release the numbers on how many people have actually watched that show. I do feel sorry for the girl that's in that as well too, that's playing, is it Monica or Maria Rambeau? I can never remember. Anyway, this woman should be Captain Marvel. She is stunning. She looks fantastic, and there was even an SDCC picture that came out, not this one, but the previous SDCC. This woman walked onto stage for WandaVision. Unbelievable looking lady. That's the one that should be leading this, and that should be a show about her, in my opinion. But Captain Marvel has a lot of negative fan feedback because they decided to not only skip over Marvel, but then gender swap Marvel for the movies. So this is going to be hilarious. YouTube is going to have the time of its life with this one. Now, my opinion is this: I won't be paying to go and see this. That's just the way it is. I'm not desperate to go out there and pay for a movie ticket to go and see this junk and then review it for clicks. It's not me. Blade, PG Blade, are you going to be better than Wesley Snipes Blade? I highly doubt it. Now, they've also been talking about the ethnicity of the people that are writing this show, and whenever you do that, it just sends a very bad message, because it just shows then that there's going to be people that are going to be in that room then that are going to have to force their own standpoints onto these things, and it never ends well. And unfortunately, Blade is a top tier character that's going to be utilised that way, and I'm expecting middling quality for this. You can't do Blade at PG either. Ironheart, discount knockoff tokenized Iron Man. Cannot wait for this one either. This is going to be another one. I think even the fact that they're giving it a fall 23 release, I'm not sure if they've started filming it yet, but if they haven't started filming yet, there's time to stop. Because who wants to see this? There's nobody that has any interest in this, and they're going to introduce her in Wakanda Forever, so that's a sad point of Wakanda Forever, I suppose, then as well, shoving this character in there so then you can use it for this. Agatha Covenant Chaos, I know who's asking for it. People on Twitter. There's individuals that are on Twitter that are like, Agatha needs her own show. Why? You seen the full lot there in WandaVision? WandaVision was a middling quality show also. You want to see another version of it? Why? This is the one for me. Daredevil Born Again. I've interest in it. I love the Netflix series. I even actually like the Ben Affleck Daredevil. I am a big fan of the Daredevil character. However, I am wary of when the MCU is getting involved in these characters, given the current state of things. There's plenty of room for messing here with this Daredevil TV series. There's plenty of room for messing with Matt Murdock. There's plenty of room for messing that we've already seen that they don't mind doing to the likes of Kingpin. They nerfed Kingpin in the Hawkeye TV series, so Kate Bishop could take him on. I mean, they've done that already. I'm just putting that out there. So I'm not really looking forward to this. People will say, oh, it's under the MCU banner. It doesn't always mean it's the best thing in the world. I mean, the MCU Spider-Man to me is the worst Spider-Man of the three in live action. So being under the MCU banner doesn't really mean an awful lot for me. It's probably one of the more higher grossing movies now in a long time. And Sony have most of that money. So fair play to them. They've worked that one out well. But yeah, no, when I see a character like Daredevil that I'm a big fan of, now he's going to get the treatments in a Born Phase. This is the only show that I'm somewhat looking forward to. They said it's 18 episodes. I'm somewhat looking forward to it, but again, you could see some messing in this. This is one that I have to say is hilarious to see. And people don't seem to be able to get what's going on here with this. Captain America New World Order. Now, is that on the nose or is that not on the nose to me? It's so clear. And there's people out there being like, so, just clap like a seal and just get on with it, dude. So anyway, they've had to come out. Chris Evans has even had to come out there, who played Captain America, who played Steve Rogers Captain America. And he has had to come out. I think Variety or someone like that had an article out and they were like, will Chris Evans return in the next Captain America? And he's like, Sam Wilson is Captain America. No. Sam Wilson is not Captain America. John Walker is Captain America. Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes assaulted John Walker and stole the shield. And then Sam Wilson proclaimed himself to be Captain America. Now let's just think about that for a second. That's like a character running in, and they've already done it, I suppose, in a way, in Black Panther 1 with Killmonger, running in, taking the suit off T'Challa, which he did do. So again, I suppose Falcon and the Winter Soldier didn't really do anything too new. Stole the suit from T'Challa, proclaimed himself to be Black Panther, and then eventually then T'Challa came back and took the suit back off him. So in my opinion, John Walker's in the T'Challa role now. He has to come back and take that shield back off Sam Wilson. It's the way I'd look at it for sure. The Thunderbolts, that got a very muted reaction from the people that were there at SDCC. Now, I don't know whether it's got to do with anything else and the requirements that were there at SDCC. When you just look at it, you just have to laugh at that. But I don't know whether that was just low energy or people just going, okay. So who are we going to see in this? We're going to see the new Black Widow. We're going to see US Agent. In my opinion, because obviously General Ross has passed away, the actor who has played him, I think that they're going to put Everett Ross in there as the Red Hulk. I'd say that that's probably a likelihood. And then it's basically like a dark version of the Avengers. So, yeah, I don't know. Middling to low quality probably expected for that one. Maybe they might introduce one or two other characters that are in there that might be able to go a little bit harder within that movie, but I somewhat doubt it. And I'm interested to see what the threat would be there. So again, you've got two there that looked interesting. So then they had to give a sneak peek at Phase 6 because, I mean, you're thinking and I'm thinking, looking at that there and going, yeah, there's not an awful lot there that looks great. So they've put out the Fantastic Four, Avengers The Kang Dynasty, and Avengers Secret Wars. That has more interest from me than this one does. So there's going to be two Avengers movies in 1 year. The Fantastic Four is going to be the year before, so the Fantastic Four are obviously going to have an impact here probably, and definitely here I would say. It's been rumoured who's been cast or who is going to be cast as the Fantastic Four. At the moment they haven't revealed anything yet. They may do at D23. That's going to be, I suppose, a little bit more information given over for us for the next few shows and movies. Curiously, Armor Wars was actually absent here from all of these phase images, but the people that are in charge of that are saying, yeah, no, Armor Wars is still coming along. So why is it not coming in Phase 4 or 5, and indeed in 6 here? They're like, well, we don't know what's coming up. I would hazard a guess that one of these movies is probably an X-Men movie, and maybe then something else. But I am telling you this, with the look that they're giving you here with these next couple of phases, they're going to have to bring some heavy hitters in Phase 6 because this is trouble. This is in big trouble here. I think you might get even halfway through this and there might be a radical shift in probable tone and maybe even in the way that they respond to fans and future projects then going forward. I think they took a massive hit with Phase 4, especially when you look at Thor and you look at Doctor Strange, and the money that, in my opinion, was probably lost that those movies could have had the directors, had the stars, had the company not said mental things and put people away. I think maybe they'll have to go back towards the well of making people happy. If they don't, well, it's going to be middling to low quality as you're seeing here, and people are checked out. Look, I'm literally telling you right now, there's one thing that I'm interested here in Phase 5, and I did the same thing with Phase 4. I wasn't interested in any of it bar maybe one or two projects, and even the project that I did find interesting in Moon Knight, they found a way to scupper it and absolutely ruin it. So I don't have a lot of hope here for Daredevil. You still have a fantastic Daredevil TV series on Netflix. I don't think that they will do a version of Bullseye like they did in that TV series. That version of Bullseye was incredible. So I'm not holding out an awful lot of hope for this TV series is what I'm saying. But this is it for Phase 5. And now they've got Phase 6. And if they start messing around with the Force family there again, they're in massive trouble yet again. And that was trouble that happened as well previously at the previous studio. So anyway, what do you think of Phase 4, 5 and 6? I think this is absolutely hilarious, and I think you're seeing a real decline in front of our very eyes. I think DC had an opportunity here, particularly at this SDCC. They'll say that they're saving some stuff for fandom, which is fair enough, but a lot of people go to and are in attendance, obviously, for SDCC, so I think it was a big miss to allow Marvel to pour all of this out. A lot of it is absolute shit. And for DC then to not go, hey guys, look what we have over here, I think a lot of people would have been like, whoa, look what these guys have over there. To me, that was a big opportunity. This was the best time to do it of all time because this is what Marvel put out and they're declaring themselves as absolute winners with this stuff that's out there. I mean, you'll probably agree with me. I'm hoping you do, and if you don't, that's okay too. But a lot of this that you're seeing here looks awful and it's not going to inspire an awful lot of confidence. Get ready for more of this nonsense that they've been peddling for indeed Phase 4. Get ready for more of it here in this phase. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads, and check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel. And talk to you there.